All right, we got two workouts in one here. Here's my bench workout back a few days ago. Here's some warm-up sets. Here's 275. We go 315, 365, then 405, and then into my work sets. And when I was benching, I stated in an earlier bench video that I've been working on my setup and my technique, and my setup is pretty much the same, but I had been working on a slightly wider grip with a slightly more pronounced flare. So instead of tucking as hard and bringing the weight down lower on my chest, I was touching a little higher, and I felt like for a minute that was going to be helpful, but actually today, or in this particular workout, I found out that, you know what, I need to go back to the way that I'm used to benching in the way that has allowed me to move the most weight in the past, and that's with a grip not quite as wide. I ended up moving my grip in what you see right here. From this hand position you see here, I brought it in about a finger width, so literally the width of my index fingers is how far I brought it in, and then I started tucking a little harder. Here's 375 again, so I ended up doing two sets of 375, about 5 short pauses, and then I ended up doing a set of 5 touch and go with 380, and I believe I brought my grip in just a little bit here with 380 and decided to start tucking a little harder and touching a little lower, and lo and behold, it felt pretty good, like it normally would for me. So then I decided, you know what, let's do 405 again. And you saw my 405 a minute ago, it wasn't that great. Here's 405 again after 2 sets of paused 5s with 375 and a touch and go 380. And honestly, this looks just as good, if not even just a little bit better than my initial 405. So looking at that workout, and the thing that I take from that is always critique yourself, always be ready to fix something, change something, go back to something. Never settle for something that's just not quite optimal. If you go and you feel a certain way and it feels really good and you're used to that, and that's probably what you should be doing. Here's my squat workout. I did some 5s, and I am just not feeling explosive when I squat. I'm moving the weight, decently, but just that pop that I normally feel is not there. I mean, that's 4 15 55-pound squat bar, and I'm just not, I'm pausing, but normally that's flying out of the hole, and I'm just not feeling that explosion. There's a little bit more explosion, but I'm just down enough and normal. I'm not pausing. Here's 475. I take it for 5s. I wanted to go up from my previous week's squats, and these actually felt pretty good. They moved well again. Not super explosive, but one thing that I've noticed about myself is when I do 5s and I do a little bit of volume and some reps, I tend, I guess, to conserve a little bit and not be as explosive and move the weight as fast. I guess that's just a natural tendency of mine. I don't know. Maybe it's an excuse. Regardless, I do know for a fact that I'm just not as explosive right now as I feel like I'm used to being. Here's 495, because 65 on the bar with the yellow 25, and then 75, 85 with the 10s, and then another 10 from the 5s is 95, and I get a decent set of 5 here. I was pretty happy with that because that's an indicator to me if I'm able to move this for 5 reps that, hey, I'm making progress, I'm getting stronger. And I think I probably could have gotten another set out of that, but I went ahead and went into some high bar squats here, and I dropped back down to 455, which is actually what I did the previous week, low bar competition style. And so again, I know I'm getting stronger, I'm just lacking that explosion. I'm just able to just move the weight and not really move it as fast as I'd like. Technique is okay, everything seems to be all right. It's high bar, so I like to do it correctly, and I like to see that movement progress, but obviously it doesn't hold as much stock as my competition style low bar. Here's my second set with 455. And then after this, I come down one more time, go back to low bar and do some pause squats with 415. And I'm going to keep doing those because the pop and explosion that I feel like I'm missing is right out of the hole. And I personally feel like pause squats are a great way to work on building reverse direction, speed and explosion out of the hole. So I like to do them. I think I'm going to, moving forward, next time I squat, go into some triples and just try to focus on getting more weight on the bar. And within reason, obviously, I don't want to just jump to weight that I have to grind through. I'll probably want to start off fairly light and something that I can move for some fairly easy triples, but then give myself the ability to progress into the next workouts. And here's my very last rep. I did one more pause here, and this felt great. It moved well, but right at the top I was like, oh, no, that's my hamstring. I can feel it, so I stopped. And there's a little tip for you, too. As soon as something feels funny, the best thing you can do is think about it, assess the situation, and decide if you need to hang it up for the day and live to fight another workout.